Yo, so I'm going to be making my first ever building video today. I'm not sure if doing it in a first person time lapse like I'm doing is really the best idea because most of the time when you see videos of building on YouTube it's in a third person time lapse, but yeah, me trying to run two tabs of Minecraft, recording one of them isn't going to happen anytime soon on this laptop. So yeah, hopefully this is bearable. So the first thing I'm doing here, just out of wool, is a quick plan, like rough plan of all the islands for the bosses to spawn on. So this is, as I said just then, for bosses. There's about 5 or so different bosses I have planned currently. Each different color marks a boss, and then the green is the middle island. Although I do make one of the islands out of green as well for the bosses. So the first two I've just made were one's for an iron golem, uh, and one is for a magma cube. And then this white one I'm making now is for a skeleton. So obviously, the skeleton one's going to be the biggest one because the skeleton has the ranged attack, unlike all the other ones. So I thought I'd make the island for the skeleton a bit bigger because it just makes sense that something that has a ranged attack will have a bigger place. So just then I'm having to increase the size of the island because I underestimated how big it'd be. And all the orange parts mark bridges, or sometimes, most of the time they're bridges, but in the odd case they'll mark a tunnel because, like, for the red one, for the magma cube, I planned on making that one underground instead of above ground. So that one is a tunnel rather than a bridge, but all the others are bridges. And here I thought that white part kind of looked like the shape of a skull in a sense. So I thought I'd chuck a little bit of kind of skull shape in it. Um, I'm not sure if it really looks like a skull or a bit more of a ghost, but yeah, I didn't even plan that from the start. I didn't even plan that at all until I flew up and saw that, hey, that looks kind of like a skull. I might as well put some eyes and a mouth into it. So this whole build will be islands, and the whole blue part will be water. Um, so later on in this video, I do build the ocean bed. I mean, I wouldn't say I build it. I make the terraform for it. I make it out of quartz blocks because the edge of quartz blocks, you can see it pretty well defined. So it just helps to kind of see where the rises in the land and whatever are. Alright, so that's the plan completed. Obviously, I'm probably not going to stick 100% to the plan. It is just a rough plan, but I thought it'd be better to have a rough plan than go into it with absolutely no idea whatsoever. So you can see here I'm going to be doing the ocean bed now, and as I said, I'm doing it out of quartz blocks. Um, so I tried to make it not too rough. I tried to make it pretty smooth, um, like lots of gentle inclines and declines rather than steep hills. Although towards the end of it, I do make one sort of steeper part. So obviously, since it's an ocean bed, it's going to be underwater anyway. So it don't really matter how if is perfect or whatever. Um, and it's probably going to be changed to sand in the end. Although I haven't really thought that through, what the best would be. Sand is the only thing I have in mind so far. I don't see what else it would be, but possibly gravel or something. I don't know. I think sand is probably the best shout. And the surroundings to the area is going to be like just cliffs all around. Just because it's pretty simple to do that just with world edit. Doing make sure that gravity is on. So world guard, make sure that the block break flag is allow, and then if you're building with sand, you just make it into a sphere, and yeah, and then the sand all falls down and it makes nice cliff sides. So yeah, for this whole thing here, I'm just using the cylinder tool, just with one depth or whatever you'd want to call it. Just a cylinder tool for the whole thing with one depth, and with 5 of sides for the whole thing as well. So it's probably worth mentioning I'm by no means, you know, a professional builder or whatever you'd want to call it. But I can quite enjoy building at times, so I just do it more so for the fun, and for the fact that paying for professional builds is not cheap by any means. I'd rather do it myself and it look kind of half bad than pay, you know, £100 or something stupid like that for a build, because they are stupidly priced. So for the last 40 seconds of this, I'll leave you in silence. Yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you want to see more building videos, then please let me know by hitting the like button. I will still continue doing coding videos. That's not going to go anywhere. It's just that, you know, I build for my server as well as code, so I thought I might as well do both on the channel. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like, and I'll see you next time. Peace.